Bernie, while I have you here, I always appreciate when you take time out of the campaign trail on a Monday morning, especially because you're so knowledgeable about football. And the game I really think was most important and extremely exciting was that between the Giants and the Patriots. You saw some of that, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a great game. It was very entertaining. The Giants' coaching was excellent, and they stayed with the Patriots and even led the Patriots for a while. In the end, though, the Patriots were resilient, and though they made some late mistakes, they came back and got the job done.
Well, of course, at a price. I mean, that Julian Edelman injury may come back to haunt them. Well, what do you think the impact of his broken leg is going to be?
Well, the reports are that he could potentially return late in the season, but this is a very unfortunate injury for the Patriots. I think this is a big loss, but you know what everyone says. But the Patriots actually do. Next man up. Danny Amendola is a similar player to Edelman. I don't mean anything racial about that, but he could be given a bigger role. If he could step up, it will lessen the impact of Edelman's injury.
Yeah, and you never know with Brady. He seems to get magic from everyone, especially guys no one's heard of yet. How about that performance, especially at the end by Brady?
Brady was spectacular yesterday. Brady overcame some late-game mistakes and drove the Patriots down to put them in position for Gostkowski to make the game-winning 52-yard kick. Obviously, he was sharing the wealth, sort of. He gave the much-maligned Giants defense opportunities they weren't fully taking advantage of. This is also sort of a home game for me.
Yeah.
As my accent indicates, I'm from New York. Here in Vermont, we don't have a football team, and the teams that are close to Vermont are the Patriots, and then I guess the Giants. And the other two teams near here, the Jets and the Bills.
Oh, yeah, they played too, yeah.
Yeah, they actually played an important game with major wild card implications last Thursday. I thought the game was very entertaining, but I think the situation was disturbingly insensitive.
Ah, how's that?
Well, there was a lot of color-challenged Americans who are marginalized in this game.
I heard something about that, yeah.
Yeah. Let me just apologize. When I said color-challenged Americans, I think I was referring to North Americans because, the Bills have some good fans in Canada. But, the Washington Redskins have been taking some heat for that team name, but you know how...
But let me backtrack you, Bernie, on that. Are you talking about how they had the bright red and bright green uniforms at the same time rather than one team wearing white uniforms?
Yeah, it was very, for some of the color-challenged North Americans, it was very difficult to follow the game.
Good point. What were you saying about the Redskins?
So, the Redskins, they're taking some heat
big
for the...
Big victory over the Saints, and though it's sad because with everyone honoring France yesterday, the team that wore the fleur-de-lis on their uniforms got crushed by a pretty bad team that hasn't a name that many find offensive. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, but it's very offensive. And what I was saying was they're the ones taking a lot of heat for the offensive names. But, the Jets, which, by the way, aside from Al Gore's private plane, pollute the air with fossil fuels and contribute to climate change. And you have the Bills. I don't even need to explain about the offensiveness of this team name. Buffalo Bill Cody bears a lot of responsibility for the genocide of the American bison, and both those teams are playing in the same game. I don't get that. That's very offensive.
They're in the same division, but that's interesting. No one ever really thinks about them, or the Kansas City Chiefs, for that matter, and Raiders. Well, that's another story. But a lot of politics.
Yeah, I'm not even done there, okay? I think it's good that Rodgers would call out the Islamophobic Packers fan.
Oh, not everyone heard about that. That was the tweet he said that the moment of silence was messed up by someone shouting out something offensive.
Yeah. People need to remember that the attack was not Islamic. I don't care if Muhammad would approve of the attack or not. I think it was un-Islamic. So I am very happy that Rodgers called out this hateful fan.
To backtrack a little bit about Brady, who you were praising, one exciting thing for the last decade and a half or so has been the Brady-Manning rivalry. And, I just want, even in the playoffs, did they play in the playoffs last year? No, they didn't. They got beaten. But so many exciting games between them through the years. And it just doesn't seem like Manning is what he used to be.
I hear the shtusim all the time. I'm very sensitive about this issue because I've been called too old myself. People say, Barney, you're too old. It's not as if Hillary is the political equivalent of Teddy Bridgewater or Marcus Mariota here. Peyton Manning is he's getting older, but I think that he should not have been benched.
Oh, that bothered you, yeah.
Yeah, just like me, I think Peyton Manning is just fine even at his age. I remember a game last year where the Chiefs blew out the Patriots, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Brady's too old." How did that work out?
Oh, that's an interesting. Oh.
Yeah, you know, if you keep mentioning Milwaukee like this, I'm done with these interviews. Have a great day.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Well, he's done.